Welcome to Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions, integrated campus, Hyderabad, structural engineering 1, reinforced cement concrete. In last previous videos, I explained about structural planning, structural elements. In these videos, I will explain some more topics related to planning. These are very important points. Now, what is structural planning? After getting of architecture plans and structural plans, by imaginations, you have to provide proper type of footing, position, and orientation of the column because loads, bending moments, which side we have to plan, and they should not come in between a hall or room. So position of the beam, slabs, and layout stairs. Next, first one is in, in the construction of RCC. First one is design of foundation. How we will design? We are, of course, we have separate unit is there. I will explain in detail how to design, but concepts you should know why, what is the importance of these design. The type of footings depend upon the load, first one. Next point is that is bearing capacity of soil, SBC. That is type of soil, weak soil or strong morum soil. So your design of foundation is dependent upon two factors. One is your load. What is total load acting on the your column that will transfer to your footings. Some cases we have to construct movement also. Uh, and also the second point important is that bearing capacity of soil where you are going to construct. If weak soil, the design is different, and strong soil, it is a different. And in sandy soils, you have to go for pile foundation. So here very important is see, there are 2 points. There are 2 points. See, there are 2 points. One is bearing capacity of, say, I will show you bearing capacity of soil. This is one of the important point, and load. Basically, we'll design with these two factors, but in heavy structures and where your columns are placed in long distance and the distance between columns or footing is more, then we have to consider movement also. And this is first point. And next point is here the soil under foundation is more susceptible to large variations. It will go under large soil, soil properties. Even under one small building, soil may vary from soft clay to hard morum. See, this is one of the important in clay soil and hard morum. The design is different. As I said, this is the important soil properties are very important in design. That is, we should know SBC. What is SBC? Say bearing capacity of soil. The nature and properties of soil may change with season and weather, like swelling and wet weather or in rainy seasons. Properties of soil, it vary with season. Okay, like weather, soil, or wet weather, or rain, water. So increases in moisture content results in substantial loss of bearing capacity. See, if water is more in the below layer, your ground level, the loss of bearing capacity will be more. So according to that bearing capacity, you have to design. And in case of certain size, which may be lead to differential settlements. So these are structural design of foundation. And next, positioning and orientation of columns. So this is also very important point, how we are going to provide according to architectural and structural point of view. See, the following principles are very important in deciding the column positions. See, generally columns where we provided at the corners, a building is there. First, we will provide at the four corners. So again, where walls will meet at intersection of the walls. Okay, columns should be preferably located near the corners of the building and intersection of the beams or walls. Okay, this is one of the basic important point in the position of the column. See, select the position of the column so as the reduce bending moment in beams. See what I told you, in beams, in column generally subjected to bending moments. So corner columns differently, it will undergo under biaxial bending moment. You have to design that columns for biaxial bending moment. Okay, end columns were to end middle columns were to design for uniaxial bending moment beams. So this is because that selection is very important. As possible as you avoid large spans until unless required. Maybe it's use you can provide large spans in commercial complexes and like multiplex and those are very important. And there will go for large spans of beams. Avoid large center to center distance between columns. That means the span between column should be reduced as possible as you can. Columns on property line, the column should be same. See, today according to Vastu also, everyone will plan in the similar in one line. Okay, so that I will explain in next video, and we'll see. See, avoid projection of column. How can we avoid projection of columns? The projection of columns outside of the wall in the room should be avoided. See, if you see outside of the building, if column is projected, it's not good. Of course, for institutions and for commercial complex, we will provide, and architectural will make into elevation architectural views. But generally, 80 to 90% of the buildings or columns will not project outside of your building walls. So we should avoid eyes, they will see bad appearance, but also obstruct the use of floor space, creating problems in placing of furniture flush with wall. So this is one of the important point, projection of the columns outside of the wall, right? The width of the column is required to keep not less than 200 mm. Generally, we'll provide 230 mm to avoid buckling, that is slenderness. The spacing of column should be considerably reduced so that load on the column on each floor is less and necessity of large section of columns does not arise. Whenever you place columns, say near 12 feet or 14 feet, what will happen? Each floor load will be distributed by that column. If spacing is more, your load will be distributed. More load on one column. Suppose 3 meters load. Suppose 3 here. See here, I will give you example. See here, you will see orientation of the column so that the depth of the column is contained on the major plane bending and perpendicular to major axis of the bending. See, if you see this figure, if you see this figure, see if you see this figure, I want to this time. If you see this figure, see here end column as we discussed, this is end column, right? We provide at the edge, right? This is end column, right? This is one of the end column and this is the end column. The column is not much projected outside or inside, okay? Generally this will provide 230 mm wall outside, this is 230 mm thickness, so this will be in the wall. All right, in middle columns the position will be like this, will provide like this. Okay, this orientation of the column is very important, and spacing, and no column is inside in your rooms. See this column all are in the walls. This is provided to increase moment of inertia and hence greater moment resting capacity. It will also reduce effective span depth ratio, resulting increasing in the load carrying capacity of the column. If you have nearby columns, what will happen? These are near columns. Okay, so your load will be reduced. Suppose if you don't have these two columns, what will happen? This total load will be distributed only these two columns. So your bending moment will be more. That's why we have to plan as possible as near without of affecting your plan. This is the positioning of the columns, and we'll see some more related topics in next video. Thank you all.